but I went a little NetGalley crazy. And I have a bajillion that I hope I can get to in 55 days.
Go!
I'm almost through 2, but wait till you hear my list. I'm not actually going to show you many of the covers because you know NetGalleys, half of them didn't come with covers. So I'm just going to go through my list and you'll post them below so you can check them out. I started with Confessions of an Angry Girl by Louise Rosett. It's a Harlequin teen book. I've already finished it and you can go to our blog and check out my review. It rocked.
I'm jealous. I want to read it.
It rocked. I loved it. I'm now reading People Who Said No, Courage Against Oppression by Laura Scandifio.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It's an Annick Press.
That's out really soon.
Yeah, September 1st, 2012. So, September 1st. It's really, I'm not a big nonfiction person, but since I'm a teacher, I thought the story sounded interesting and like something I might be able to use in my classroom. And then I started reading the book, and I am going to show you this, just because, you know, I have it on my Nook. I love the fact that there are colors and captions, and she wrote it. When you're reading it, the reason I actually enjoy it, and the reason I think my students would enjoy these short stories about different people through time who have gone up against oppressive situations and inspired others to do the same, is that they're short, but they're kind of told from that person's perspective. She tells it like it is a story. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, I'm going to just go through my list.
Keep going.
Covet by Melissa Darnell is a Harlequin teen, out September 25th.
What genre is
it is, well, as it says, broken hearts, betrayals, and dangerous games.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
So, that sounded good. Andy Squared by Jennifer Lovey, Bold Strokes books, out September 18th. And this is actually an LGBT book.
Nice.
So, I'm interested in that. Spellbinding by Maya Gold. It's Point, which is an imprint of Scholastic Inc., and it's out April 2013. So, that one's a while. Well, that one's at the end of my list. Hopefully I'll get to it.
Ooh, Salem it takes place in.
I know. And so there are witches, and it looked really cool.
Yay.
See, like I said, I went a little crazy. I kept reading all the summaries, and I was like, ooh, I want to try it. I want to read that one or that one. Rockaholic by C.J. Skews. The Chicken House, also an imprint of Scholastic, out November 1st. And it's kind of a good girl, bad boy story, and they hook up and everything. So, the Fire Horse Girl, is it your life? You're a rockaholic? Yeah. The Fire Horse Girl by Kay Honeyman. Arthur A. Levin books, also an imprint of Scholastic, out January 1st, 2013. And it says, here's what caught my attention. It says, a fiery and romantic adventure, perfect for fans of Grace Lynn, Kristen Kishore, and Lisa C. So, I was like, all right, I'm in. I'm in.
She's my favorite.
Then Time Between Us by Tamara Ireland Stone, a Disney Hyperion.
Lots of people are talking
publisher.
about that one.
Out October 9th, and it's a time travel thing going on.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Dark Star by Bethany Frennett, also a Disney Hyperion, published by October 23rd is when it comes out. Oh, gosh, I can't remember it. I think a deadly crime fighter in the Twin Cities. That's right.
Her mother is the superhero Morning Star, the most deadly crime fighter in the Twin Cities. Nice.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you for catching that.
I like that.
The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Brecken, also Disney Hyperion, out December 18th. And I think this one also has a sci-fi element to it. I'm trying to remember. Something that gets her sent to Thurmond, a brutal government rehabilitation camp.
Ooh, in quotation marks. So.
Yes, rehabilitation. Because of her ability.
It says she wakes up on her 10th birthday and something about her has changed.
And it's something to do with ability. So
very cool.
Frozen by Mary Casanova, University of Minnesota Press. It's also out September 1st. So that one's out really soon as well. And here's the little blip that got me. It says, 16-year-old Sadie Rose hasn't said a word in 11 years, ever since the day she was found living in a snowbank.
Lying,
thank you. living. I was going to say, in my head, that didn't quite
Okay,
fit.
seriously, I would love to live in a snowbank. I am so hot all the time.
Maybe an igloo? I don't know. Lying in a snowbank during a howling storm. Like her voice, her memories of her mother and what happened that night were frozen. Hence the title. So it's kind of, sounded kind of like a mystery and like, some, suspense and everything as she tries to figure out what happened. Pale by Chris Wooding. Marketing and Media. I don't know. An imprint of Stoke Books. Okay.
I recognize that name, that author, though.
Yeah. It says, the Lazarus serum can bring you back from the dead, but when you come back, you've changed. You're a pale and outcast. It's the last thing Jed wants, but an accident changes everything, and Jed's forced to discover the true cost of living forever. So it sounded good. And then the last one I got was Shakespeare on Toast. I'm an English teacher. What do you expect? Getting a Taste for the Bard, and it's by Ben Crystal, and published by Icon Books, and it's out September 11th, and it says, who's afraid of William Shakespeare? Just about everyone. He wrote too much, and what he did write is inaccessible and elitist, right? Wrong. Shakespeare on Toast knocks the stuffing from the staid-old myth of Shakespeare, revealing the man and his plays for what they really are. Modern, thrilling, and uplifting drama, and I was like, heck, I better read this book, because maybe I'll be able to convince my kids of that. So that's it for my Nook purchases, my NetGalley. As you can see, it's a huge list and kind of ridiculous. We'll see if I can get to them all.
I swiped up one of the good e-book. What is wrong with me? E-book deals this last week. Although I have to tell you, I'm very upset that two of the books I desperately want are only available at those cheapo prices on Amazon. What is that? Hello, Barnes & Noble. I want those. Anyway, lots of bloggers are putting up links to lists of those too that are, so check those out on Twitter. I grabbed up Entangled by Nikki Jefford. Here is what the cover looks like, which is awesome. And there is a really cool book trailer that she made for it, I believe, that we used with our students last school year when they created their own book trailers, as a good example of what they could do themselves. I will post it below if I can find it again. But here's what it says. 2 months after dying, Graylee Perez wakes up in her identical twin sister, Charlene's body. As a witch, can anyone blame her mother for attempting to bring her daughter back to life? So it's crazy. About the two of them in one space, and all of
really
that.
Good.
It does, and it was $2.99 or 99 cents even.
I'm thinking of my sister, and if she and I were sharing the same body, I think we'd kill each other. I mean, well, I guess we'd kill ourselves. Singular, right?
Well, my daughters, I tell you, they're like vinegar. Oil and vinegar right now. Okay, so I went to a signing at Anderson's bookstore with Heidi from YA Bibliophile, and so I got A World Away by Nancy Grossman. Look at this cover. It is beautiful. Gorgeous, right? These are all first big published books for each one of these authors, debut authors. They're all YA, and this one is A Summer of Firsts. 16-year-old Eliza Miller has never made a phone call, never tried on a pair of jeans, never sat in a darkened theater waiting for a movie to start. She's never even talked to someone her age who isn't Amish like her. So they each read pieces from their books, and this one definitely has some romance in it, but it is basically about an Amish girl who is experiencing her Rumspringa, which is when the Amish children, teenagers, get to go out into the world and experience things that they haven't experienced if they want to. Some of them do and some of them don't. And she chooses to go to the city and live with, I'm not sure who it is. I haven't read the book yet. But she goes to the city and gets to experience all that. But it's only for a set amount of time.
Well, then you have to make
and then
a decision.
She has to decide whatever it is she's going to decide. I think the deal is if you don't go, you never see your family ever again. I'm not positive about that. The next book was Cold Fury by T.M. and I'm not sure how to say his last name. Goglin? Here's the cover, which is also awesome.
It is.
And this one is a mafia, or it's called The Outfit in Chicago story. And Sarah
takes place in
Jane
Chicago.
Rispoli has just turned sweet 16, but so far it's anything but sweet. She'd planned to spend this birthday at the spring dance with the handsome Max Kissberg, not being chased and attacked by a masked assassin, dirty cops, and a turncoat uncle. She certainly didn't plan on discovering that her family is deeply embedded in the Chicago outfit, aka the mob, or to come home and find them gone. Now on the run, but determined to find her family, Sarah Jane fights back with a flame burning in her gut, a deadly cold fury. So this sounds awesome. She's basically on the streets of Chicago, trying to save her family, it sounds like, with a suitcase full of cash and a gun and all kind. I mean, it sounds wicked, action adventure, and yeah, so. And the cool thing is it takes place in Chicago, the whole thing. These are all Chicago authors, and this one takes place in Chicago and in places that you would recognize if you live in Chicago or frequent Chicago. Insignia by S.J. Kincaid was the other author there, and this one has also gotten a ton of hype, just like Cold Fury has. It's kind of the next big thing, I think.
It's World War III.
And it's World War III, and what's happened is Tom Raines is amazing at video games, and they take him and, like, virtual reality games, they take him and make him into a governmental secret weapon to fight their war for them. And there's a group together, there's about 4 kids that are all in the same situation and become good friends and are really good at what they do. And it's about them. Yeah, it reminded me of The Roar by Emma.
And even Ender's Game
Clayton.
a little bit.
Yeah. So
Might
this
be
one should be
good.
really interesting. This
Yeah.
one is by Catherine Teagan Books, which is a HarperCollins. Yeah, so that was really cool. They each read a chunk of their book and, you know, talked a lot and signed all about... What? Shut up.
It's good to have them talk a lot. I like
You
that.
know. They talked a lot about their writing process and all of that jazz.
That's always fun to hear.
Yeah, this one has been, I heard, signed as a movie already, or optioned for a movie already.
Did you see that Possess was optioned for a movie too? You know, that creepy cover book that I purchased after you purchased it?
Possess?
Yes!
Ooh, got it. I thought never mind, there are 2 different books, Possess and Possessed. So.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mama mistake.
So,
So,
let us know what you got in books this week for your Libby. Post it below, link it up. And
let me know if you think I'll be able to read all of those in 55 days.
I went through on Edelweiss yesterday and was really careful and only asked for a couple things because I knew I just wasn't going to get to them yet.
Look how good you were there.
Just saying.
I'm going to do it. 55 days. I don't know. What was that? 12, 14? I don't know. It was ridiculous. I'm going to do it.
All right. Have a great week. We worry about Rachel.
This has gotta be the good life. This has gotta